Gulf of Tonkin Incident. In the summer of 1964, the U.S. destroyer Maddox was operating in the Gulf of Tonkin, close to North Vietnam, conducting electronic surveillance, gathering information, for secret ARVN and US raids on North Vietnamese naval bases. On the 2nd of August, the Maddox was fired on by torpedo boats challenging her presence in North Vietnamese waters. The Maddox returned fire and called in air support. One torpedo boat was sunk, the others escaped. Maddox commander Herbert L. Ogier's report went directly to President Johnson. 2 nights later, Ogier's electronics operators thought another attack was developing. The ship fired into the darkness and maneuvered against torpedoes that seemed to be heading its way. President Johnson now ordered airstrikes on North Vietnamese coastal installations. On the 7th of August, Congress passed the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution, giving him broad war powers. Although it became clear the Maddox crew had been mistaken about the second attack, President Johnson's course was set. He committed the United States to waging war against Vietnamese Communists. USS Maddox officers. Captain John J. Herrick, far left, headed a destroyer unit that included the Maddox. The warship's commanding officer was Herbert Ogier, right. The unit was part of a naval operation termed the De Soto Patrol, which observed North Vietnamese naval movements. Gulf of Tonkin. The 1964 torpedo boat attack on the Maddox was an attempt to drive away U.S. warships supporting secret assaults on North Vietnamese naval bases. The incident, in the Gulf of Tonkin, sparked airstrikes by the United States. The Tonkin Clash. The USS Maddox engages North Vietnamese torpedo boats in the Gulf of Tonkin on the 2nd of August 1964. The Maddox was a World War II-era destroyer that had been modernized for electronic surveillance. She was attacked while stationed 6 kilometers, 4 miles, off an island base for North Vietnamese patrol boats. The U.S. Navy claimed these were international waters, saying the Maddox had a right to be there. Torpedo boat under fire. This photograph taken from the Maddox shows a North Vietnamese motor torpedo boat dashing across the horizon. Shells from the warship crashed down close by. 3 high-speed boats launched several torpedoes at the Maddox, which had to maneuver to avoid them. The warship's guns damaged all 3 boats. Warplanes from the carrier USS Ticonderoga soon joined the fight. 1 torpedo boat was destroyed, but the other 2 sped away, ending the engagement. McNamara defends war. U.S. Defense Secretary Robert S. McNamara points to a map showing the Gulf of Tonkin. McNamara is explaining the Maddox clash to the Washington Press Corps on the 4th of August 1964. The attack was termed the Gulf of Tonkin Incident. McNamara announced the United States was now moving substantial military reinforcements to Southeast Asia. Air campaign begins. A U.S. warplane roars from the deck of the aircraft carrier USS Constellation August 1964. Bombers struck North Vietnamese naval bases in the Gulf of Tonkin. In spring 1965 the air attacks expanded into Operation Rolling Thunder, the bombing of North Vietnam supply route and munition storage areas. This 3-year campaign was interrupted several times as President Johnson attempted unsuccessfully to make the Communists negotiate. Americanization of the conflict. Although there was no formal declaration of war, President Johnson fully used the war powers of the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution. He committed the U.S. military to Vietnam in a policy known as the Americanization of the war. He hoped U.S. military strength would persuade the Communists to accept the South Vietnamese government. In addition to the Rolling Thunder air campaign, President Johnson now sent troops to South Vietnam to protect U.S. military installations. The first Marines arrived by landing craft on beaches near Da Nang in March 1965. Soldiers soon were in action against the Viet Cong. This first large-scale American military involvement marked the end of the advisory period in Vietnam. The Americanization phase of the Second Indochina War, better known as the Vietnam War, had begun. By July 1965 more than 50,000 U.S. troops were in South Vietnam. Marines hit the beach. Marines splash ashore near Da Nang, South Vietnam, on the 18th of March 1965. They are heading for an airfield they have been assigned to protect against VC attacks. Additional U.S. forces were arriving at other places, and American television showed many of these events. This was the first military conflict to be seen on television.